Thank you for watching this video. My name is Stephen Lemaster, and I'm a senior consultant at MadMaxIoT. In this demonstration, we're going to show you how to configure the MadMaxIoT platform to connect to your building automation system and send data to Maximo through meter readings. This is assuming your MadMaxIoT platform has been installed, your object structures in Maximo have been created, and you're ready to start configuring the communication between Maximo and the MadMaxIoT platform. So we're going to work with an asset today, which is an air handler, 1B. We're going to go to its meters tab. Notice that there's 16 meters already attached to this asset. We're going to be working with the space humidity. So if we go to meter reading here right now, that there are currently no readings for space humidity. So now we're going to go to the MadMaxIoT platform to show you how you would send data from a Niagara Network to an MMD network, which in turn updates Maximo with the latest meter. We're here inside of our station, and we already have our two drivers configured. Now in the Niagara Network, we need to go pull in the space humidity, so that way we can connect that to Maximo. So in our Niagara Network, at the bottom of the page, we're going to expand this. We're going to open up our network controller, and we're going to go down to the points folder. And inside of our points folder, we have our AHU001B, and currently we're pulling in the space tent. So we're going to open up points folder. We're going to do a discover. We're going to discover points available on this device in the LAN network. They all are. So pull this in. Now this is the value coming off of the air handler in real time. So here we have the output value of 48.8, wherever that air handler is sitting. So now we need to go into our MMD network. Currently, there's nothing inside of it. We'll try to expand it. So if you double click the MMD network, this has already been configured, but this is what sets up the communication between the MadMaxIoT platform and Maximo. You put your IP address or host name, the port you want to use, if you're using LDAP or native authentication, the Maximo username you want to authenticate with, and there's some other additional settings that can be used. So if we scroll to the top of the MMD network property sheet, we can see that it's enabled. The status is okay. And if you go down to the health, you can also see that the health is okay and that it's not down, it's not an alarm. So now we need to create our hierarchy to add our asset and our space humidity point from Maximo to the MMD network. So in order to do this, we're going to work with our palette down here, and this is the MadMax driver palette, which gives you access to components. The first thing to add to our MMD network is a site ID folder. So drag that up here and drop it on the MMD network. And for this case, I want to name it Bedford, since that is the name of my site in Maximo that the asset is under. Once that's added, double click it and you verify the site matches up on the property sheet. So now that we have our site added, we need to add an asset folder. So this is what will hold our AHU001B. We can call this anything we want. The way I like to structure my hierarchy is add one asset folder, one location folder, and I like to break it down a little further. So I would add another NMD asset folder into here and call it, and then I want to add another one called function. So now I want to discover the air handler that is in the Maximo system. So you double click that air handler because I want it to be added to this folder when I find it. And down here at the bottom, you're going to click Discover. And it's going to open up an advanced search dialog to allow you to discover different assets within Maximo. So I'm going to search for assets that start with AHU. Okay. This will query Maximo and pull back all the assets that start with AHU. One that I want to work with, AHU or 1B. So we double click this and say OK. That will add it to the MadMaxIoT platform. Now, if we expand our folder over here, we added this asset from Maximo to the IoT platform. So within the device or asset you pull in, you have a points folder. Double click your points folder to discover the meters that are associated to this device or asset. You click Discover, and it pulls back the 16 different meters that were associated to that asset in Maximo. Want to pull in the space. So now we have space humidity from Maximo in our platform, and we also have the space humidity in the Niagara Network that is actually a sensor attached to that air handler. So we've expanded the Niagara Network, and we're going to right-click the space humidity of the sensor that's actually on the air handler. So we're going to right-click that. We're going to click Link Mark. Now we're going to scroll back down to our MMD network, to our space humidity on the asset in Maximo, and we're going to say link from space humidity. A little pop-up where you select the out value, match that up with the 16 value, say OK. Now in our MMD network, if you are at point, you can see that we're writing 48.5% humidity. Now if we go to the Maximo side, this should also match. And the read value is currently 0, but the MadMaxIoT platform will pull Maximo to find out what the last meter reading value was. So once this gets written to Maximo and Maximo is pulled by the platform, this will also update to whatever that last meter reading value is in Maximo. Now let's go check Maximo and see if this value has been written. Up to our asset, and open up the last. And if we open up the meter reading, it's already come in 5 times. So that is because the tuning policy that is set up is to over every 30 seconds. That can be configured well so that any meter have a different policy in terms of when they are sending the data. But that is a quick overview of how you link data from a building automation system